How to outline your book without killing your creativity. My name is Larissa, and I'm an author, publisher, and literary coach, and I've helped hundreds of authors turn ideas into published books. This is Getting Started, a special micro series where we tackle the biggest obstacles stopping aspiring authors from writing their book. Today's topic is how do you actually do an outline without killing the creative muscle that's going to create the magic behind your book? Before we go any further, I'm not going to tell you how to outline your book. There are lots of resources online to help you do that. If you want a cookie cutter solution, go Google it and find something. The chances are it won't work for you. And that's what this episode is here to tackle. I'm going to tell you what should be driving the outline. In very simple terms, the thing that's probably tripping you up the most on your first draft is that you're thinking about it too big. It's just got too much pressure behind it. There's too much riding on the success of this book. You want it so badly that when it comes to your outline, you're overthinking it. And so we're going to back it right up to three very simple questions. The first one is, what excites you? What is it that you are obsessed with? What is it that you could talk about for hours? I want you to build your outline around the topics that you cannot stop talking about. Don't build your outline around what readers need first. You'll get there. You have time to get those versions of the draft out. This first draft is so important to you as the author. This is where you can prove to yourself this is something worth your time. This is something that's going to light you up, not just an end goal, but the journey you're actually going to enjoy. Build it around what you enjoy talking about. Now, quick side note, if you're enjoying this series, you'll probably really like Author Your Way. This episode is based on concepts from part 1 of the book. You can go and grab the ebook or the audiobook completely free at nextpagepublishing.info/Author Your Way. All right, let's get to the second breakthrough. How do you communicate? What is natural for you? It's so common for first-time authors to look at other books on the shelf and go, oh my gosh, I wish I were them. Mel Robbins is a great example. People want to be like Mel Robbins. They want to audiobook, narrate like her. They want to write like her. They want to speak like her. But the reality is you are not her. You are you. So how do you communicate? This is going to help you create an outline that feels like you. It doesn't feel like a checklist. Checklists are where creativity goes to die. Checklists are about production. So if you create an outline that is about checking A, B, and C, you're not going to have fun because it's going to feel like doing a checklist. And newsflash, writing a book takes a lot of time. Hours. You're going to sit for hours with this. And if you make it a checklist, that is no fun. I wouldn't blame you for giving up and quitting. I want you to tap into who are you? What excites you? And how do you communicate? For example, I've worked with a lot of people who are completely energized by research, data, frameworks, evidence. It just gets them all squishy and gooey in the tummy. They're really excited about it. Cool. If that's you, map your outline around that. What are the facts you're really excited to share? What are the statistics that blew your freaking mind when you learned them? What research lends to the credibility of you and your book? And then there are others. This is me. I'm more on the side of really enjoying stories, examples, personal experiences, character journeys. I'm very empathic. I need that side of my brain to be triggered in this if it's going to be any fun for me. If you told me to sit down and do this research paper, I would go pale. I'd start sweating. I'd need to sit down because that is so overwhelming to me. And then if you told me, hey, can you go tell the story about the time you almost died? I'd be like, oh, hold on, let's sit down because I've got something for you. Immediately the energy is going to change and it's going to be so much more fun for you to write a book that sounds like you because it's coming from a place of genuine passion. So if numbers light you up because you find them fascinating, they are tried and true, they don't lie, then think about the numbers. Get it out for you, something that you're going to enjoy. If it's the stories, then plan to write the stories. Now, quick reminder, if you have questions about your book specifically, I want you to leave it in the comments of this episode. I'm going to be collecting all the questions throughout the series and answering as many as possible in our final Q&A episode. All right, let's get to breakthrough number 3. What do you want your reader to experience? And now this one can be a bit tricky. And so if you have a challenge with conceptualizing a person holding your book at the end of the day, if that's intimidating to you, I want you to picture your reader as you from 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, 15 years ago, whenever this book, if it had landed in your lap at the perfect time in your life, what would it have done for you? How would you want your readers to feel, or what would you want them to have? And this comes to the root of it. There's tangible and there's intangible outcomes. Coming back to stats and stories, right? Our brains work in different ways. Some of us really need tangible outcomes. By the end of this book, I need my reader to know A, B, and C. That's really important to me. That's going to count as success for me. And so I can build my outline around getting them to understanding A, B, and C. Then there's the more intangible side that the empathic people, the spiritual coaches, the fiction people really want are the intangible stuff. It's how do I want them to feel? What do I want them to feel like on the inside when they're done reading the book, while they're reading the book, when they pick up the book? What is the journey, the experience I'm trying to create for them? And those are two totally different sides of the brain, right? What do I want them to know versus how do I want them to feel? And if you are a story-based creator, you're going to be on the feel side. You're going to have a little sprinkles of know, but mostly it's going to be feeling. What do you want them to feel? How are you going to engage with them and communicate to them? And again, remember, the them could be you from 5 years ago. And that is a beautiful, beautiful way to think of your book. All right, here's your 60-second activity. I want you to grab a piece of paper and answer one of these questions. What is the story you're most excited to tell? What is the lesson you're most excited to teach? Or what is the question you're most excited to answer? Good luck, have fun, and remember, outlining doesn't need to be a checklist. It shouldn't be a checklist. This is for you. Draft one is for you. Make it fun, make it work for you, know your brain, know what your success is, know what your failures are, and you will do this. That blank page doesn't need to scare you anymore.